Banks and credit unions and investment firms spend hundreds of billions of dollars, in fact, over $600 billion a year on tech. A big chunk of that expenditure is on digital transformation projects. This is helping their customers to frictionlessly onboard, to provide an omnichannel infrastructure. My name is Pete Atkinson. This is my colleague Joanna Lucas, and we're ebankIT. At ebankIT, our digital banking platform sits on top of core banking systems and payment engines and provides that omnichannel experience. We power many of the world's leading financial organizations. But that's only part of the story. Our company tagline is humanizing digital banking. Okay, so today at Finovate, we'd like to just show you a couple of examples of how we help our customers to humanize their digital experience. So we're going to start by just logging into our standard banking app. So this is the out-of-the-box vanilla app. So this, all of our customers choose to customize it, but this is what you get out of the box. It has all the features you'd expect from a world-class banking app. It's multi-currency, it's multi-account, supports retail banking, all sorts of other...
I'm sorry, Pete. You've just received a split bill request from Mary Jane of 17.99 euros. So I'm guessing this dinner was not in London?
No, it was lunch yesterday in Porto. No, 17.99 will get a sandwich in London. So yeah, can you go ahead and make the payment,
Sure.
please? Oh, can you add a suitably hilarious, yet strangely not copyrightable GIF to go with it, please?
Yes, sure. Maybe one from the office, because those always work.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
And okay, perfect. So what we did then, super smooth, just 3 clicks. So we had a request for payment in, and then we just did 2 clicks, and that payment would have just gone straight through to Mary Jane's account.
Pete, we may have a problem. The payment failed.
Ah. Well, this is awkward. Okay, live demos at Finovate.
Blame the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. God, the Wi-Fi up here is terrible. I don't know if anyone... No, actually, the Wi-Fi is really, really good. That's not going to work. They won't believe that.
Well, I can always schedule the operation for later when everything is back up and running.
Good point. Okay, so the ebankIT Digital Banking Platform has a built-in store and forward engine. So we cache all the transactions and balances. So if there is a problem, if something, one of the back-end systems goes offline, we can schedule that. So can you go ahead and make that payment?
Sure. Okay, it's now scheduled. Let's go to the branch front office and check what's actually going on. Okay, so this is the branch front office, one of ebankIT's applications that offers financial institutions with valuable insights into their customer behavior and interactions, which will then allow them to create user experience as human as possible. This is the customer service console, which is again completely configurable to the bank's needs. And here, me, as a customer service administrator, I can check my schedule, I can have an overview on how my week will look like in terms of different tasks. I have a complete list of all the processes that are assigned to me, such as card request or account opening, including their own SLAs. If I scroll down a little bit, I can also check some market insights so that I can keep myself updated. And now on the top, I see an alert about a transaction that failed. Pete, can we please click on Learn More?
Sure. So if I go into that, so it's giving me some more information on that transaction that didn't go through. So it's offering me 3 ways of looking at it. I look at it through the branch front office, which is what we're going to do in a moment. But it's also allowing me to look at it through the back office, so I can get a much more granular view, a much more detailed view of what happened. And also through our monitoring center, this gives a more network-centric view. So it looks at actually the messages at the center of the network. But for now, we'll stick with the branch front office.
Okay, so let's, this drills down into our client experience dashboard. Here I can have a review, for instance, on the mobile phone that Pete used to log in, the authentication method, average session time. I can also check the access dates either via the app, either internet banking. I can also see the most used operations, and apparently Pete uses his bank account mainly to make transfers between his own accounts and to split bills. On the bottom, I also have some session metrics such as speed connection, and finally, on the right, I can start to picture the Pete's user level, which is his expert.
Well, that's very kind, Joanna. I just want to drill down a little bit into that user dashboard. So this is the client dashboard. So this is where the bank or financial institution can actually start to rate their customers. So this is looking at, so for example, it's looking at how I use the app. Okay, so that's fairly easy. It determines that because of the transactions I do, I'm an expert. Further down, we can see there's a behavior chart. So this is looking at my investment behavior. So this is taking all the investment transactions that have happened and mapping them. So this is saying I'm a social investor, okay? So I follow social media and I like to post what I'm doing. I customize things, so I don't go for standard stuff. And according to this, I'm emotionally dead. Okay, well, that's not the first time I've been told that. Further down, if I scroll down, we also have some achievements. So these are completely internal, or they could be shared with the customer. So these are where I've got to, the level of complexity of the apps and things that I do. But for now, Joanna, should we go back and dig into that transaction a bit?
Yes, let's see what actually happened. So here, if we click on summary, we can see, okay, so it was not the Wi-Fi after all, it was the core banking system that was temporarily unavailable. And if we check the details, okay, so what shows here is that our store and forward engine was executed when the payment failed. So what happened is that when the core banking came back online, the transaction was executed, which is great news.
That is good news. So if we can just go back to the mobile app. And yeah, you now see, so we've had a notification now from the core banking system that everything's back online and that transaction went through. Now, if that had been a higher value transaction, that could have been different. That could have been a secure message from the account manager, perhaps with a chat link or a video link for that call. Okay, so this is just one example of how at ebankIT we help our customers to humanize their digital experience. If you'd like to find more about what we do, please come and see us at the stand. We're outside and we're available for questions. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.